I'd imagine.
Eh,
No,
I think so, I'm not sure, but I think there was one.
I could imagine it being in there.
Yeah,
I think
that
we saw that.
that was the one hunter I felt like it was tweaked properly to that tournament, but the other hunters were like Glaive Zukas all the way. And you know my opinion about Glaive Zuka, right?
Yeah, you don't like the card.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all.
All right. Oh, Neirea is running Raging War Guns in his deck. So apparently Control Warrior against. Well, actually, is it Control Warrior
What just
anymore? Gnomish
Enrage?
Inventor. I mean, there
Okay,
has to be a
so
Defensive Argus in there, right?
yeah, it's a
Yeah.
combo warrior.
Yeah, but Combo Warrior usually like leans on the Control Warrior side where they have a lot of removal and they try to combo you in one turn. But at the moment, I'm not sure what I'm looking at.
Well, there's two dudes.
Yeah, that's gonna be a very exciting game, guys. You're gonna have to be looking at dudes just getting played non-stop. Now,
But
Colento's
look
gonna see the
at
Gnomish
this,
Inventor.
and now it'll be Blessing of Kings.
Yeah, likely Blessing of Kings. I mean, Definitive Argus makes no sense whatsoever because you're just losing your two dudes and you want to keep them on the board because it puts a lot of
Nah,
pressure on the warrior to remove them.
I think Blessing of Kings is fine. You just paid
Yeah,
6 mana for a 5/5 dude.
yeah.
It's okay.
It's alright because anyway, he's gonna have to deal with it right away and take damage to the face, so.
Yep.
And so he does. So warrior takes 5 damage.
What is the next turn for Paladin? Okay, okay, you gotta play.
All right, we got the turn. We know what he's gonna play. Now, a well-timed Harrison Jones here would actually put the Sword of Justice out of order. I'm not sure you'd be happy to do it though, because you'd overdraw, right?
But I'm sure if there's even a Harrison Jones that type of warrior, what would be the
With
reason?
loot hoarders and the attempts, he's just trying to cycle through his deck.
Yes, you don't want to keep a card that is dead unless your opponent plays a weapon, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Isn't it really an OTK though?
I think so.
Okay. So
There's a
double
charge.
inner rage,
And
charge.
You have to. It has to be an OTK because why would you play charge then?
Yeah, sometimes the thing is you need there comes times sometimes where you need a little bit more reach that's already been done on the opponent's face to be able to get the OTK, and that's not always the case. Sometimes you can't get that, let's say 5 to 6 damage already done. You have to get that damage done.
Slam.
Yep,
Slam will get
besides
some work
Slam.
done. Execute the Defender of Argos afterwards. And
Make
then
sure that he
can-
doesn't get more taunts on the way.
And you play the Field Works, I think. Oh no.
Do you have to
Brass.
develop the weapon
Okay.
yet though? Because you're gonna be comboing a long time from now. There's no hurry yet.
A dude.
Alright.
A dude appears.
Oh.
And second.
Could play an Aldo
what's it explain?
Peacekeeper.
I think you play Aldo Peacekeeper because.
He's expecting combo at this point. I think Kolento knows
think
enough
so.
about the game to read into what Neirea is trying to do here.
Yep.
And Kolento will be playing around that, and he knows that Aldo Peacekeeper is essentially going to be a dead card since no minions are going to come out until they're ready to pounce to the face. Alright, so Neirea will be whittling down some of Kolento's HP, which is exactly what he wants to do before dropping the OTK. Most definitely. Want to make sure he's about on 24 health so you can get some of that damage out. How much damage does he have in hand right now? Organ, charge, and a rage, cool task. That's a lot of damage already set up.
Yep, there's an owl, right? Yeah.
Oh, yes, there's the owl and the execute as well if necessary with a slam on Tyrion.
And you cycle through the deck, that's really nice. But still the one
second inner rage.
the one Defender of Argus will be crucial.
Kolento will be able to set up a little bit of a line of taunts, but the other deaths by Neirea's hand might actually go through that. It couldn't be... It's not impossible, it just manages to put a little bit stop to Neirea's attempt at OTKing. Although he's pretty close now, he's got the first Worgen, he's got the charge, that's 6 mana, double inner rage. He's got a lot of his combo pieces already together. He's got 18 damage in hand.
Kolento's playing double Account of Pain. Do you think he uses Pyromancers in this deck? Oh yeah, he has to. What I'm talking about is a Paladin.
Yeah, it's a Paladin with equality, yeah, it's definitely...
yeah.
It's a pretty obvious combination there, so Acolyte of Pain with the AoE. The thing is, a lot of people decide not to run Acolytes of Pain twice in Paladin. It's usually a one-up when you do see it. So that's kind of an interesting choice here for Kolento. Realizes that going face is just as good as trading, really, because everything's going to die anyway.
Double charge, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's not gonna be... Actually, it gives him just +2 attack at this point without dealing damage to it, right? Whereas the cool Taskmaster would finish off the Worgen. In this case... how much damage is that?
Yeah, we have to count. And that's 3, 5, 7, 9, 18 points of damage. And you have time for both charges, so that's 11. That's 22 points of damage. So that's lethal.
22 to the face. He's got lethal next turn, unless Lotheb, you know, that would put a stop to the aggression. But then all he has to do is wait one turn and hope that Kolento does not find a heal nor taunt. He's played 2 defenders of Argus, so really what's left beside the potential Sludge Belcher there?
Now, how much points of damage does Paladin has for the next turn? 5?
Not nearly enough.
5, 7, 10, 11, 13, 15 points of damage, so 3 off lethal.
Not nearly enough to do that.
And...
Alright, so do you go face with Kolento?
No. I don't think so. You need to... I'm not sure. You might be holding off, because if you want to use both charges next turn, you won't be having any mana for a weapon anyway, and maybe you'll have to clear off the taunt?
There is no taunt though. Tyrion's been silenced, Defenders of Argus have been played.
Yeah, well, there still can be... Well, Belcher will pose up a problem anyway.
Yeah, but it's the only card.
Face.
No, now you've got me stumped. Ooh, okay. So if the board does clump up again, the Brawl will help. Maybe he's running 2 of them and he was hoping to draw into it.
Maybe we miscalculated something. How much?
I don't think we have, because Worgen
charges
plus
2,
with
right?
2 charges. Yeah, charges 2. So you've got 7 baseline without, and then you double Inner Rage. That brings it up to 11 plus 1 from its own buff. So that's 24 damage from just the Worgen and 2 charges.
Okay, so it's lethal. Okay, so we miscalculated. I didn't take into account the Worgen and Rage battle cry.
Okay.
I mean, Worgen and Rage, the basic one.
Alright,
That's
yeah,
why.
it's 24 total. That's exactly what you want to do. That's why he needed the early, as I was saying earlier, the tough part of getting that combo off as a warrior is that you want to make sure the opponent is on 24 or 25. You want to make sure he's just low enough. You have to have attacked his face a little bit sometime in the early game. Because if you haven't, then that's just not going to work. Alright, well, it's over.
Well played, Worgen finisher. That's interesting.
Out comes the Worgen from Neirea, going to go directly into Kolento's face for the OTK, the unexpected. Well, I'm pretty sure Kolento expected the burst to come out. Maybe not this early, but all the pieces were assembled. So that'll do it.
There's a 5-piece combo, right? Yeah.
Yep, 5-piece combo right there.
Throw attack for the Rager.
Wow, the
that's
explosions! Kolento shattering. Somebody's got patience. By the way, anybody in the chat has Golden Paladin and you've played Controlled Pally, you deserve all the respect in the world. I have nothing but praise for you. Yeah, double Inner Rage already sitting in that Nerea's hand. Is this gonna be another 5-piece combo by turn 20? By 15 cards drawn, that is.
So now... well, as a shaman...
Do you have to be aggressive here? I mean...
You have the Neptulon, so you might keep coin for that. I think you just Hero Power up turn 2, then Water Elemental turn 3, or just play Golem right now.
Yeah, the drawback of playing the Golem right now is that it actually death rattles before the Death's Bite. That's
the Death's Bite will
big...
be on... Well, the Death's Bite will be for 2 turns later on, so I think that's an issue.
But you have to expect it to come out. So I'm thinking here he has to drop down a Manatite to get as much card draw and force a response. That keeps the Harvest Golem safe from the attack of the weapon for at least one entire turn.
What do you think about playing Pearl Mace? Just go face it.
I think you can afford doing it right now. I think it's fine. It's a double Harvest
Golem. It won't matter. The Pearl Mace won't matter either way because Death's Bite will kill it also.
Exactly. It's useless right now, but the second Harvest Golem does ensure that Power Mace will be getting some value down the line.
No, he will not play the second Golem, I think. Oh, well, yeah, he didn't, but he rolled the Summoning Totem. No, that's unfortunate.
So the only reason not to play Harvest here is because you're worried about Cruel Taskmaster. Because it wouldn't have killed the 1/1 since the death rattle from the weapon triggers before.
Might be.
Yeah, he must have been playing around Cruel Taskmaster or the Iron Beak Owl. Although Iron Beak Owl is not really a kind of play you play around for Harvest. You're happy to get its sounds. Alright, so it's going to be a very, very small board here for Kolento after this AoE.
You keep those inner rages, right? You need to keep those.
They're crucial for you to land the lethal, and he hasn't done any damage yet to Kolento, having had to use his weapons as removal pieces.
Mm-hmm. Now this is awkward.
Yeah, I mean, actually, he might be okay with... I don't know, he might be okay with the idea of... Okay, never mind. I was gonna say Inner Rage, execute, maybe once, but you really need to get 20 plus damage out with the one combo, otherwise it's really hard to reach for lethal, because you rely on weapons after that point.
I'm not really experienced with that kind of warriors, so the last time I played an OTK warrior was with Giants.
Molten Giants, yeah, back in the beta.
Yeah,
when that thing was actually broken.
Yeah.
Alright, so it turns out the execute is gonna come out of a slam, which is really nice here. Gonna cycle the card and kill something.
Bro is really needed against Shaman.
Yep, he's gonna be the only card that really Neirea doesn't want to see here. I guess Stoneclaw Totem most of the time, but with Brawl, the odds of it living are just that much smaller. Defensive Arc is going to be pretty important here for Kolento.
Lightning Storm not so useful against this type of deck. Kinda sucks, like big time.
Kind of a dead card, yeah. Are you happy to just attack the 2/4 and then drop Neptulon here? Because you can still Defensive Argus on the following turn.
I think you have to play Neptulon.
Yeah.
You just saw the execute being played.
Yeah, it overdraws you though. You're gonna get 3 Murlocs only. You've already got 7 cards in hand.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, I don't think he can do that. So one execute was seen by Kolento, so he's probably not too worried about damaging his Drake on that 2/4.
You don't want to waste Defender Argus here.
No.
Maybe you can play second Drake and...
Zombie Chow?
No,
probably not.
No.
Never give the health here. He needs to race.
Totem up, I think, first, and then see what's the outcome. If it's a Taunt Totem, then you can easily trade the Drake with the Novice Inventor and play the second Drake, I think. If it's a Heal Totem, well, it doesn't change much. You can do the same, but
you can do the same thing.
The Drake will get killed.
Now he starts with the Drake. Wants to see maybe he gets a bolt here. Arcane Nullifier.
That's really important.
Alright, so he's going to go for the long term here. The Brawl will probably have to come out eventually by Neirea.
Oh, wait.
But the game is already over.
Well, I didn't count that, to be honest.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, there's no long-term plan here we're gonna work with that double Inner Rage Worgen. As I said, he's been drawing them very early. Sure, the game plan might be slightly different depending on how you're gonna play it out, but that was a lethal. Nothing you can do to stop it when they get the pieces within 15 cards. Sometimes it happens. It's really, really unfortunate for Kolento here getting the Warlock came up.
Yeah,
Alright, so fine.
Neirea fought ahead, and he knows that the matchup will be bad for his warrior against the warrior, I think.
Gotcha. My phone was ringing when the screen came up, so I had to go. Dark Bomb. Alright, so Warlock against the OTK. The Molten Giants are not going to be coming out there. It's going to be 20-0 in one whiff, so... Alright, so one Sludge Belcher in Kolento's starting hand.
That's important.
Yep.
And one defender, well, 2 Taunt Givers, that's really important, but he lacks... Oh, no, he didn't.
Alright, I was gonna say he lacks the Twilight Drakes and Mountain Giants, but he just found one of the ones that he wanted. Unfortunately, well, for him, there's an Execute in Neirea's hand, ready to just slam the board and kill something else with a Cruel Taskmaster there. So if the game extends for very long, can Kolento life tap enough that he can play Molten Giants? Because Neirea's deck will not be whittling down Kolento's health, one little bit at a time. It tends to just hit you once for a huge amount, and when that happens, then you're dead. So you can't play really Molten Giants with Taunters. It's pretty rare that you get to.
But the problem with the warrior that he has not enough removal for the Taunters, I think so.
Yep, no, most definitely you're right. I like this play from Neirea, just smacking the Drake, deciding I'm not going to be able to execute that later on, so let's just do this right now.
Yeah. What do you think about the warrior playing two roles? Is this case? Is this the case in this deck? Two
It's not
roles?
necessarily the case, but I've seen a lot of those OTK decks running too. The thing is, it's not. I mean, that Whirlwind top deck here for Neirea was actually really good. Going to allow him to board
Oh,
away
Acolyte.
on the following
Yeah.
turn.
So
That's going to be very important.
yeah, he's putting himself at quite a risk, taking so much damage.
Yeah, but the Warlock is not losing any health, so right now the Warrior doesn't feel that threatened. All right, so Whirlwind here going to be very important for Neirea. Kill the Drake and the defender, the Sunfury Protector, who are behind the lines of the Sludge Belcher.
Do you use Execute on the Belcher? I don't think so.
I think you're going to be worried about Giants sometime down the line, so you can't really afford to. You might be slamming, with the, I mean, Fiery War axing this and slamming the Giant later on if you expect to draw
There
the
is the Execute. He wants to make.
I'm actually a bit surprised by this, but Neirea knows better than me. Like, he's played this deck way too many times. I've seen it in tournaments before from Neirea as well. So, this is not the first time he's brought that.
Anti-Qbot like this will be.
This will be useless, actually. He'll be dead in one turn.
I just wanted to change my statement in the middle of the sentence. I was like, this will be you. No.
This
no,
will be
no.
useless. Oh my goodness. Oh, the execute from
Oh,
Neirea.
yeah.
The saving
wow.
grace here. No damage from Kolento's Mountain Giant to Neirea. That is not at all what he wanted to see. And you cannot play Traxxas in this matchup.
The fact that he doesn't have anything to count up is awful.
Wow. Alright, so Neirea's position again, looking pretty strong, getting some armor up with those shield blocks, 29 health. It's as though he hasn't taken a single bit of damage.
So when you play Raging Vorgen, you just say to your opponent, oh, I have two.
Yeah, I have a second one in my hand. I am not too worried about that one. You basically are saying that you don't care. It's pretty straightforward. Oh, and the inner rage is getting drawn here. The second Worgen charge inner rage is already willing to go here. Close enough.
How much
There's
points of
some
damage is that?
Worgen charge?
5, 6 with inner rage, 8 with inner rage, so that's 16 points of damage.
Yeah, Kolento's doing a good job of staying out of range of the
That's the Taskmaster still so small. You got
But it would kill it if you double Cruel Task. It's going to...
but you go with 1, so you got +4, so that's
20.
7,
20,
8,
yeah.
10, yeah, 20. 23.
Yep, he's got a huge amount of burst, but just not enough for the immediate lethal. He'd need to get the second inner rage and get Kolento down a little bit. Kolento will probably be anti-heal botting for less than 8 health, knowing that if he's on 24, it's going to basically be a potential lethal coming from Neirea. He's gonna have to be very, very cautious with his health right now. I'd almost consider recombobulating and just dropping that anti-heal bot recombobulator.
I think you should. You won't be using the anti-kill bot later on because you will still be, you know, it will still be less than 8. Oh, that's not so.
Oh, the irony. Alright, so Kolento gets a Cruel Taskmaster. Hello. Alright.
The second Taskmaster is useless at the borders. You can use it on your Acolyte Pain. Iron Beak now. This will be also important if there will be like just one taunter in the field.
Yeah, I think right now, Kolento's actually in a position where Hellfire feels kind of appealing because you can then anti-kill bot back to full.
You're right.
But the recombobulator on the 2-1 Owl, do you think it would have been better spent on the anti-kill bot?
I think so.
Because there are a lot of 5 drops that are much better than 3/3s. I mean, what's the worst you could get? Bomb Lobber or anti-kill bot, pretty much?
Yeah, but you might get a Belcher and you'll be super happy.
Even Fen Creeper is just super useful in this position.
Yeah, Fen Creeper also. Or Abomination.
Alright, so Kolento. Is he going to Siphon Soul this? Because he knows there's no other Siphon Soul target in the entire game at this point. Earthring Farseer with Dark Bomb is a possibility. Hellfire anti-kill bot cannot be used anymore because he's tapped, so he's
I think you want
need
to
9
keep
mana.
your minions on board so you can get the defended Argus value in the next turn, I think.
Oh, he's gonna
Then-
need those taunts for sure, definitely.
Yeah.
But the brawl. The brawl. Oh, the second inner rage in Nerea's hand right now.
So he can fit more cards into the turn when he combos. So the Taskmaster might be useful now. I
You
mean,
could play the
upcoming
Taskmaster
turn.
right now to hit the face for 4 and just try to set up the next turn, but you've got to be worried. You haven't seen a single Earthring Farce here and a single Earth like anti-Killbot, and you probably expect Handlock at this point of the metagame to be running either of those, if not both.
Yeah, yeah. Beltron now. This is really important to
Yeah,
draw.
unfortunately, he's gonna get hooted by the warrior, but at least he's got a body. You can always redefend of Argus if necessary after you've done this. Oh, apparently he doesn't grab the Belcher, he decides to go and trade with the Gnomish Inventor. Nicely done here. Kolento's got a really nice board. Rampage! Oh no! That is a lot of damage. Raging Worgen, and Rage with Inner Rage twice. That's 8 mana for about a bazillion damage. It's actually... Now the board is white, regardless, because Shield Slam can take care of just about anything.
Yeah, it didn't really matter what will be the outcome of this.
So if you Raging Worgen charge and double Inner Rage Rampage, that's 10 mana, but that's pretty much game. Is it 30? That's 30 damage in one hit. I believe that's 30 damage in one hit. You
Sure.
got your plus. You've got.
Oh, wait. Vorgen is 4. It's 8. I mean 4. So inner rage 6.
26.
Second rage it's 8.
26
10,
damage.
Hmm.
Wow.
But still not lethal. If the Taskmaster will be killed, there is no lethal, and it will get killed, right?
Yeah, it will get killed definitely, but the R&B Cowl just removes the Belcher as a threat. Oh, the Death's Bite.
Oh, Death's Bite. Okay.
This is going to help reach for that lethal. The anti-kill bot is going to get played, definitely. Kolento will not get caught off guard here. There's no way he doesn't expect what's coming. He has to know. Neirea just decides to wait on the weapon.
Now he needs a second taunter. He didn't get
He's
it.
already
So...
played one Defender and one Sun Fury so far, so yes.
Oh, oh man. That's game. OTK. 30 points of damage. Well, almost OTK because the weapon was played last turn.
The last turn,
Wow.
yes, it's not an OTK in the traditional sense or the literal sense, but it's definitely 30-0 in one turn using the
Awesome.
second weapon that came up. That is absolutely maddening. Holy hell, the amount of damage this Worgen is shelling out. That is
Wow.
incredible. And see, this is more standard of a come out for that warrior deck. By the way, very, very standard outcome. And this is game Kolento getting blown to bits by the Worgen. Who let the dogs out, Lothar?
Whoop.